Hey! The last digit of your like on this video by each who you are from Melon Playground, and the last digit of your subscription to my channel will show your Melon Playground item. So go down right now, subscribe and give me a like. Look at the screen. Notice the last digit of your like and your subscription and write in the comments who you are from Melon Playground. It's simple, if your like is number 8 and the last digit of your subscription is number 5, you're a lemon and a cactus. Show your imagination and enjoy the show.
Hi friends, you are on Melonfonk channel. In this video, I will tell you about the update 24.0 in Playground, but before I start the video, I want to say a huge thank you to these guys for being in my video. If you want to be in my next video, you need to do a few things. 1, you need to subscribe to my channel. 2, give me a like. 3rd, write your top comment of 4 words or more, and don't forget to watch this video from beginning to end. It's very simple to fulfill all these conditions and have fun watching. Friends, Update 24.0 has been released officially on all devices. If it is not available for you, then it can be downloaded from my Telegram channel. The link will be again in the attached comment. So, this is a rather large update, which can and should be talked about, because there is actually a lot of interesting things have been added, and I understand the developers have changed the course of updates, because when as before updates came out once every few months, now unexpectedly Negadano came out after a month of updates and large enough, which cannot fail to please. And let's go in order by additions, and this video will probably be stretched into 2 parts because there are a lot of changes in terms of fixes bugs. So send your changes on bugs, on maps, and so on, and we will make a separate video about 24.0 and what there was changed exactly about bugs and facts different, because in fact, there were a lot of changes. And let's move on to the additions. Well, the first thing that was added is new materials: stone, bricks, logs, and triplex glass. We'll talk about glass separately, because it actually has a lot of interesting properties, and so at the end of the video we'll break it down and discuss it separately. Well, actually, very funny and interesting subject. Speaking of materials, quite beautiful. I think there is a new stone. Well, actually, especially changing its color to white. In general, the materials are quite tacky zero interesting. They seem to be made in the old style. And the coolest property is that they can now break into some of these small pieces in principle too. Not bad for me talking about the log. Honestly speaking, I still do not understand the essence of its addition in principle. It is some kind of block, just which in fact does not stand out in any way against the background of others. And it can be quite easy to add just the usual texture with the help of mod editor. In general, this item I did not understand, but all the rest of the pretty good. A very important innovation is the new fire staff and barrels, which have very interesting properties, especially this barrel. When a bullet hits this barrel, gasoline slowly starts flowing out of it. And it's actually very nice looking, and I like it when developers start working with liquid, because it's the least amount of updates that have come out with this phenomenon. And I hope that developers will start paying attention to this aspect. And yes, talking about the barrel, when a bullet hits it, starts to leak gasoline, and after a while it starts to explode. Quite interestingly, the explosion is similar to like with 4, and I think it's about the same strength as 4, and basically pretty good. Let's move on to the next item, and this one, barrel number 2. And basically it explodes much faster, and the explosive power of this barrel is almost equal to the previous barrel. What's interesting is that these barrels can explode from fireworks, and basically I like that feature too. Well, and added a new fire staff. Its function is quite simple. When it collides with the ground, it begins to show its capabilities. Let's say melon can catch fire. In principle, it all ignites simply, and this is its function. Just a staff, which will not really be in demand, but in principle, why not? By the way, barrels can also explode from this staff, so that's very interesting as well. Write in the comments what you think about it and how much from 1 to 10 you rate these items. Personally, I rate them an 8. It's all not perfect, but it's very interesting. The next addition is that there is a new option to interact with the world around you in the context of the menu. Select items. That is, now there is a separate button. Clicking on this button, you can select items as you wish. Let's say you have selected all and some items you can naturally remove from this list. And this is the maximum honestly convenient. I do not understand why it was not thought of before to add. It's really just the maximum convenient. What do you think about it? Again, write in the comments and how much from 1 to 10 you rate this button. Also, a new way of interacting with the world is that you can now remove the lines just around the natural blocks themselves. These are the ones that are on your screen. You can remove the lines around the material. And that's actually really handy and beautiful too. Now you can create really cool sloping objects that don't stand out with their textures. And it's as cool as possible. Why you can't do it before or why these lines around this block are needed, I honestly don't understand. And so really actually quite cool looking and beautiful. I think that modders 100% will appreciate this innovation. So the next innovation is a new explosion effect of the nuclear bomb. And frankly, there are nuances here because look how it explodes. In principle, it is quite dynamic and detailed, but there is a small but just terrible pixelization. It's really creepy looking, as if you have a 20 FPS picture and basically something is not loaded. I think the developers just didn't notice it when they put this update online, and it's probably their fault because the pixelization is just horrible. Just look at that picture. It's really like something's not loading. And it needs to be fixed. I hope the developers will improve the quality of the explosion, because so far it looks a bit awful, to be honest. Although in principle I like the detailing very much. Also, a long-awaited innovation is that they added new achievements, I think a huge number of Easter eggs, which we do not know about yet, but if you have already discovered some, then be sure to write about it in the comments. Again, there's going to be a huge separate issue about that, because it's actually the achievement that's the most interesting for me specifically. I do not know what you think about it, but I actually think that the achievement is very cool and probably the most important innovation at this time. This release is say-so as a brief excursion into the history of the update exactly 24.0. So, let's talk about the Triplex glass. This is a very important addition, because there is a smooth destruction, let's say. Look, if we put this glass and put the gun and press the toggle button and see how much it is destroyed, and we can see that there are different degrees of destruction. At 3-4 shots, we can already see that the glass is cracked, and about 5-6 shots. It's very interesting, it's a cool property, and in fact, it definitely has a place. What do you think about it? Write in the comments. And let's take a quick run through the fixes. What exactly is fixed, I haven't noticed yet. However, judging by the mailbag, I can tell you a few things. Fixed eyes in mods, fixed front layer position in saves, fixed tomato bugs, optimized game and level load times. Over 20 acid map features, over 50 game elements and bugs fixed, and stability and performance fixes. Well, in short, we can't know anything for sure yet, but at least we understand what has been changed. If you notice something, again, be sure to write about it in the comments, because it is very important and we will talk about it in future videos. Well, this is the end of my video. Thank you all for watching. Good luck and goodbye. And remember, buddy, as always, I'll see you the other day.